Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Doug Yak, Superintendent of Education, Mr. George Marcello, CEO and founder of Step by Step, the Oregon Transplant Association, distinguished guests, and most especially, Mr. Kristopher Knowles. It is a tremendous honor for the students and staff of Cardinal Carter Academy for the Arts, and for all the members of the Toronto Catholic District School Board to have Kristopher and the Association here with us today, and to share in a small way in the courageous project that you have undertaken in order to bring awareness and the importance of organ donation.
We're honored to be in the midst of a young peer who acts rather than talks, and who personally sacrifices in order to bring benefits to those in need. Your efforts in order to educate us as to the ways in which we might improve the process of organ donation for transplants are very much in need. As you have chosen to educate and explain to us, it is our hope that the appropriate action will follow. We welcome yourself and the torch of life you carry. We have prepared a brief celebration for you today, Kristopher, and as a small tribute, which we hope will bring you some joy and affirm our admiration and respect.
We'd like to begin by introducing Mr. Doug Yak, Superintendent of Education, who would like to say a few words at this time.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the staff and students of the Toronto Catholic District School Board, it's my pleasure to welcome the Honorable George Smitherman, Minister of Health and Long-Term Care, via teleconference at 2 p.m. this afternoon. All of you, and of course, our guest of honor, Kristopher Knowles, and his team from the Catholic Education Center. Kristopher, your courage and determination demonstrate a strength and maturity beyond your years. You had a wish that was strong enough to push you into action, action that to most of us would have seemed insurmountable. To walk across Canada, spreading your message of hope and peace to those awaiting organ transplants. Today, we salute your efforts and congratulate you on completing your walk. Kristopher told me a few minutes ago that it was 344 days of walking and 2 pairs of shoes. You have taken a risk and accepted a challenge to make your vision a reality. My wish, and the wishes of everyone here, is for you to obtain your personal wish for a transplant, and that others will learn and be inspired by your bravery. We thank you, your family, and your organizers, especially George Marcello, for your accomplishments, and wish all of you peace and joy over the Christmas season, and hope that the inspiration you have planted in the people you have touched continues to grow and provide support to all those in need.
Thank you, Mr. Yak. We are about to view a video which tells us about Kristopher's personal journey, but before that, we would like to read a statement written by George Marcello, the CEO and founder of the Step by Step organization. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce Step by Step, a non-profit charitable organization. We are committed to promote organ and tissue donations so that more people who are desperately waiting for these precious gifts can have their lives saved. The entire globe witnessed the first historic heart transplant when it was performed in South Africa in 1967. Since then, countless people throughout the world have received organ transplants and as a result have led healthy and active lives. Before organ transplants, these people would have likely died. Clearly, we have a cure on our hands. A lot of credit goes to the researchers, hospital staff, and agencies that facilitate the process. The most important person is the organ donor. Without them, the process would not exist. People from all walks of life have been and are continuing to receive diagnosis of terminal organ diseases.
They now have an opportunity to go get on a waiting list and receive a life-saving organ transplant.
Canada has almost 4,000 people on the list, and the United States has 80,000. The unfortunate comment in this picture is that many people will not receive their transplants. In fact, every day someone is passing away while waiting in Canada, and every hour someone passes away in America. Many precious organs are going to waste in both countries. The problem is donations. Clearly, we must do more, and more can be done.
We at Step by Step are committed to address that issue by continuing to inspire the public, media, and all levels of government. We have made a tremendous impact in this area thus far. Notable campaigns were the recently completed Canada 769-day walk, and prior to that, the Ontario walk. When it comes to awareness, we have educated and informed the public about organ and tissue donations in 500 communities. We have reached many schools and ethnic communities, extending this important message to areas that seldom get reached. Our efforts with the 3 levels of government have helped to create many programs and funds. Last and not least, the work it took to arrange an audience with the Pope helped bring global attention to this issue.
Our next project is called Kristopher's Wish. We are referring to this campaign as the next step. 14-year-old Kristopher Knowles is waiting for a liver transplant. He has a wish. His wish is to trek across Canada to help every man, woman, and child that is on the waiting list for organ transplants. The young teenager is very courageous and determined. As we are organizing our activities, the moment is growing. We can begin the video show now. So instead of watching the video now, what we're actually going to do, Mr. Smitherman, the Minister of Health, would like to say a few words by the telephone to Kristopher. Then we'll watch the movie.